Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching FGC Meetups number 96, the Street Fighter 6 brackets. As you saw, Zaidi, yet again, taking another FGC Meetups victory. Congratulations to him. I've got him here for an interview. Good shit, as always, my brother.
Appreciate you as always, bro.
I have less to say than last time, considering we're not part of the Combo Breaker Destination Combo Breaker Tour.
Yep.
But now it's kind of just like a routinely, like, let's check in on how you won. I've spectated. I got some observations. I want to know if you have any observations on other opponents. But first of all, I'll just ask you the usual shit, like, how do you feel about winning against Spirit this time?
Yeah, no, honestly, it got a lot more sweaty this time than usual because when me and him play a lot, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we basically after all the brackets we played in the past like 3 weeks, we ran like first at 10s after before we
good.
went home. Yeah. And then, like, he was even asking me advice about, like, just certain things. Like, for example, I was doing, like, Rashid has, like, the run stop he can do. Like, he has the regular dash, but he can also run and, like, dash. Yeah, he can dash block in this game. So, basically, so he was having a hard time dealing with that because I started doing it more, right? Like, in general. Because I was finding the rhythm of kind of, like, doing the run a couple frames and just be right outside the range of certain buttons, because then people would whiff them, and then I'd whiff punish them, which you've probably seen a lot. I mean, I've been doing that a lot.
Like art specifically, or like
oh,
everybody
no,
that
just in
you'll
general,
try to do?
too.
Okay.
Like, I'll go right outside, like, their mediums range
Right.
and just block. And then I see something else, I'll hit sweep, or, like, stand fierce. Like, I'll whiff punish it, usually. And then other times, I'll do the full run, right? Because then they won't hit the button.
But then
what's
what's the conditioning there? Because it's like if they're already presenting that they're trying to check your run with mediums, that makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah.
But if they start to adjust where it's like, oh, I'm just only going to press it with a jab, and it's like, oh, what he's going to do with punish my jab? Like, what's the conditioning for your mind?
Yeah, to me, it's like when I'm at that range, see, like, the thing with the jab, right, is the jab doesn't beat the run, but it's a safe, like, option to it.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like if I'm seeing that someone's not really, like, extending when I do it, I'll start doing drive rush then because of it.
Okay.
Because I'll do that at the same range, right? And then for the drive rush, it's like you got to hit a button,
Oh,
you know what I mean?
sure.
Like a more committal button at that range to
yeah.
get it. So it's like rotating through those things and just playing the character for what he is, like a speed type, like very fast, like gets in your face, runs his offense.
Yeah, man.
Like, I might have mentioned in the last interview we did, but I was talking about, like, I watched Big Bird's, like, Red Bull Kumite matches.
You did talk about this.
And I feel like he gave me, like, the optimal way of, like, this is what the character is played as.
Yeah.
And, like, you can go outside that box, right? Obviously, like, all the top Rashids have a different style.
Yeah.
But then that one resonates with me the most. Because I feel like because Rashid's not as much of a neutral monster as he was in 5.
He's the rush down.
Yeah,
You
he's
like
more
the
of an
rush
offensive,
down.
fast offensive character in this
Yeah.
game. So, yeah, I definitely think it's, like, rotating through those options. And then, like, if people are not committing as much, like, stick to drive rush. And now it's like, okay, if they're checking the drive rushes and, like, they're just jabbing when I'm, like, dash blocking, then I'll go in the medium range and start hitting, like, step medium kick.
Okay.
Right? So then just kind of, like, going through those options to, like, overwhelm the mental stack. And then once people are kind of, like, just sitting there and they're like, okay, what's he going to do next to approach? Like, I'll just jump.
So then this is, okay, so you talk about like how you really favor like the rush down, the offense, and the speed that Rashid has. But on the inverse, the defense that he has, like in the way that you play, there are a lot of examples that we can even pull from tonight where you're willing to take throws. Like when you're dealing with JP teleports, like you're kind of really just on the back foot there. You're not scared of amnesia whatsoever, but once it's popped, level 2 gets popped and you kind of get cut there. Like what is your mindset when it comes to like, not even just like JP, but there was like some earlier match or examples with the sim where it's like, what's your mindset when you're like, when you're in the corner, obviously they got a really good mix-up situation. Are you even bothering trying to like guess the mix-up, or are you just like, I'm going to try to escape this whatsoever?
The thing is in this game, there's a lot of good defensive options, and there's obviously one very strong one. We talked about parry last time. I was here too. So the thing is, if you always do wake up parry, right? Like let's say they do it like JP does, like a high-low mix-up. You always do parry. He's gonna start throwing you a lot more, right? Like the key to me is basically like it's in any fighting game, but in this game you have to like guess actual 50-50s more, like with the strike throw because of like throw loops and whatnot. To me, it's rotate through the options based on what they're doing. So for me, if I'm fighting someone who like throws a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll tech every now and then too. To establish that I will tech. Because when you delay tech, that's when people start shimmying, right? When people start shimmying, then I'll hit low forward or jab. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
But they have to present it first.
Exactly. Like if they're not gonna shimmy me like ever, then like I'm just chilling. I'm just going to hit a button. I'm just going to do like a fuzzy jab or something.
So then what do you say to the people that kind of like overcompensate in that way where it's like they're already trying to plan for your shimmy or something like that? Say, for example, I'll pull it from tonight, Dongo, right? And this is probably, I'm asking this question to like help his development so that way when he watches this back, right?
Yeah.
Dongo had you in a like very guaranteed throw loop situation that he was really trying to get that, but then he overcompensated. He backed off, gave you that space. He perfected you the round before, looked like he was going to win that round.
Yeah.
And then he gave you that room to breathe, and then you came back from like basically nothing.
Yeah, and that's the key, right? When you're on defense in this game, again, because I was strong on the defenses, you want to do that to people. Because the thing is, if you always take the throw, people are not going to ever shimmy you then. Like me, like literally the roundhouse, the LCQ, when I played for it, the Ryu player that came, I think from Ohio, the modern Ryu player, I threw him like 10 times and perfected him that round because he just wasn't teching or picking other options. Just kept throwing him. So for me, like that's the thing on offense is that like once you establish an offensive option and people are like constantly getting hit by it, you just keep going for it.
Yeah, man.
And then when you fight someone who's rotating through the options, then you have to kind of, go here and there. That's why like when I fight like Arturo Spirit, like a lot of times he amnesias. He'll amnesia, he'll parry, like he rotates through the options. So you'll see like I'll throw him a lot or like I'll hit him with like overheads or lows, but a lot of times he'll also get the amnesia and he'll like back throw me and then I'm in the same situation. So it's like you have to be willing to not only like present those options on defense, but also when you're on offense, you have to be willing to accept that, like whatever the opponent does might beat what you do. But you shouldn't like panic.
It's because it's obviously to like present the threat to you, make it like it so that you're aware. Like, no, I'm gonna amnesia. I'm gonna throw loop you. Like, and until you say otherwise, like this is just something that you're gonna have to deal with. And then when that situation comes up again, then it's like conversation again. So I just wanted to like bring that part up because like you played spectacular tonight.
Thank you.
Against both of them, against everybody in the evening. But hopefully they get to watch this back and they get to like learn not just how to beat you, but how to approach those situations. One last thing, you mentioned it before, and I wanted to talk about it just because like we're coming up on it. We're gonna have the next stream at FGC Meetups 97 is going to be a Tekken 8 stream. It's also going to be a dojo event, and the one after that, Elena will be out with the Season 3 balance patch.
Right.
There have been some stuff that came out from Evo Japan with the Season 3 stuff, like they got the parry changes. Which is really the only thing that's like kind of hard confirmed for Street Fighter 6's Season 3 patch. What do you feel about the parry changes, and then also what do you feel about throw loops in general? We don't know if they're gone or not. I have my opinion. I think throw loops in the way the game and the way that the parries work, they should be there. Right?
Yes.
I think
that's
they
exactly
should be there.
That's exactly what I say.
So what do you think about the way that they're changing perfect parries? Because you saw that, right? Where they
I like looked into that like pretty hard. I was reading through it. It's very interesting. I think the changes we're seeing remind me a lot of the Season 1 to 2 changes of how they changed parry, where it's like
where they increase the recovery.
I feel like they're nerfing it, but they're playing it safe enough to where it doesn't drastically change the game. So I feel like their intention last time was like, okay, like a lot of times, like if you like shimmy, for example, and try to beta throw and beat parry, you'll walk up and throw them to do it, and then they tech after. It's like you just had enough time to recover because it's so fast, like 30, like low 30s. It's way too fast,
really
especially with the walk speeds being nerfed in this game. So then the way they changed it now, I feel like, is to favor like strikes more. Because the whole idea now, from what I understand, it's basically you have an overhead / mid parry, like a standing parry, and you have a low one.
Yes, that's exactly it.
They can both give you the fireball parry, perfect parry, even if you're wrong on it. But just like the fireball parry, you get less frame advantage. So there's two things. One, it makes high-low mix-ups a lot more safe for the offender because you actually have to pick which one it's going to be to get like a punish on it. And then also it makes throw stronger again in that sense, right? Because now it's like you could always throw to beat it. You know what I'm saying? To beat the high and low option. So I like it. I like the idea of it. And like personally, like I'd rather parries get smoked, but that's how I'm as a fighting game player. I like stronger offense. But I think this is a nice like middle ground because I think parry being an auto block like is not. I've never thought that was good for the game.
I think that it's like, fine honestly. For like the barrier to entry, right?
Yes.
Like obviously for a new
like
person picking up Street Fighter 6, it should be there to present like, this is my block button, right?
Exactly.
But it shouldn't function as like an end-all be-all answer to everything. And I'm really excited, if this is true, I'm really excited that they're making the distinction for perfect parry. You have to either make a high parry or a low parry.
Yeah.
And I think that that's really, really nice. I think that that makes throws a lot more important as well, and like cycling those options, because if there exists, right, where it's like there's the OS where they just tap, they get the quick parry animation, but then they buffer a button behind it.
Exactly.
Then it's like, okay, I shouldn't meaty, because no matter what I do, they're more than willing to just like do. So I don't know if you're playing any Fatal Fury or if you're paying attention to Fatal Fury, but there's Fatal Fury, there's a mechanic where you can just defend, you just immediately block something, and you just buffer the guard cancel option out of it. So you can cancel your guarding recovery and with whatever move is best for you. I think that that's the same translated into Street Fighter 6. You parry, you just do your best button out of that, and it just guarantees like, oh, I'm waking up, I'm minus whatever it may be.
So that's what sounds really promising about it, is I like that it adds contextual awareness to the defense. Let's say I put you in the corner and like I do walk up stand medium punch. Like just very, very just simple example. And let's say you did the low parry. You got the perfect parry, but you got the without the freeze. Now you have to buffer what you're gonna do. Like without knowing what's gonna happen. So the thing is, like, for example, you could maybe get like a jab punish on that. Let's say, like, we don't know how the frame data works, right? On the
perfect parry, new perfect parry.
So I might be out of throw range. So you did perfect parry and OS back throw, and then I punish counter you for that because I was just out of throw range.
Exactly.
So then I like that aspect of what I'm seeing, because I'm like, see, now it's not you do it. And if you get the perfect parry, it works, and you're good. Or they throw you, and that's it. Like to me, it was too black and white before.
I agree.
It's too black and white, and again, on the defense, it was too strong. Apparently, even for anti-airing, they're saying that, like, because you have to do back parry, if you do it the wrong way, like, you won't get it.
Unlike cross-ups
is what it sounds like.
That's interesting.
So it might add more left-right mix-ups, because this game doesn't have left-right mix-ups at all,
so.
like, currently, unless you have them in Burnout. Like, you saw the cartwheel side switch I did with level 2, and then I was like, I got to do it. He's in Burnout.
What's he going to do?
I got to take my mix-up.
Well, you said it before we actually went live. You were just like, just simply don't be in Burnout against Rashid level 2. And that's actually right. I don't think that's going to change in Season 3. I think Rashid's healthy. And I think that you're the healthiest person here for FGC Meetups at Street Fighter 6. Thank you for being the best that you can be, and being like the shining example and being inspiring for everybody here.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much. Congratulations on your win, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it. Dude, honestly, like, I did whatever prep I could where I'm at in the game right now. It's my first time playing international competition in this game, so we'll see how it goes next week.
Yeah, we'll see next week. You guys tune in to twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters next week at Combo Breaker. Hopefully you catch Zaidi there. Hopefully he gets really far. We have been sponsoring him for the weekend, but thank you guys for watching. We will be back May 30th, I think. The week after Combo Breaker, May 30th, for Tekken 8 on their new patch. So hope you guys enjoy that. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Peace, y'all.